Hello everybody. It is Saturday the 5th of July. I want to talk about Yaldabaoth. I want to talk about the archons, the false creator gods, or the false creator god and those that serve him. And what is actually false about it, and what Yaldabaoth actually is. Because I've seen him in a different teaching, in a much more ancient teaching. This fault has been in this world, this falsehood has been in this world for a very long time, long before the Gnostics saw it and gave it the form of Yaldabaoth. God is the word that creates. The word creates the being in its image, in its likeness. It creates a perception. The word creates a perception. The being incorporates the word. It lets God in. It comes into agreement with God, so to speak. It incorporates the word in its perception of itself. And then it becomes the image of that perception. And it is like that perception, and it acts out of the perception of self. Now, Yaldabaoth, again, is a false creator god. What it creates is falsehood, is wrong, out of the wrong perception of itself that was created by a thought of what he is and what he might be in. The wrong thought of Yaldabaoth, and it is a delusion, and it is born out of not knowing the truth of the Creator, not seeing correctly what it is you are and what it is you're in. The falsehood of Yaldabaoth is the thought of I am the creator of all, elevating itself to be the creator of all. That is the wrong thought in the being. And then you have the archons that actually believe, and that will serve that being because they believe it to be the creator of all. Again, are those just beings in the astral zone? I doubt it. There are Yaldabaoths, those that were created by that thought in this world, and there are those that serve them. It is the word that creates. It is the thought that creates realities. And there is an underlying reality, the truth of the Creator, that Yaldabaoth cannot see. Wrong perception. So, and that thought, I am the creator of all, is actually a lot older than the Gnostics themselves. That thought was in this world a lot longer. And I heard it in an ancient teaching, in an Eastern teaching. When I was listening to Alan Watts, I heard Yaldabaoth. I saw him in that teaching. I saw the thought. And that thought is that whatever is outside of you is only a reflection of what is inside of you. Yeah? You are the creator of all that you see. It is in your mind. It is your mind. You are the mind of God that creates everything outside of you. And if you think that, you are actually the thought of Yaldabaoth. I am the creator of all. If that is truth, then you are the creator of all. And nothing outside of you is probably real, because it's just a figment of your imagination. Or if you say, well, it's not me, I'm not creating anything, it's a figment of some other being's imagination. So then everything you're interacting with outside of you is not actually real, because it's just a figment of some being's imagination. And yeah, the being is the creator of all. And that is wrong. Now, if we need a shift of consciousness, yeah, people go around, we're needing a shift of consciousness, which is true. We need a new foundation, a thought. Again, a thought out of which to create, out of which to perceive, out of the perception of how to act. So people say a shift in consciousness, and they're going out of body experiences and connecting, channeling other beings out there, and I don't know what. Those are things that we are capable of, but they are not a shift in consciousness, not really the shift of consciousness that we need. First of all, we need a new story, we need a new foundation from which we do these things, because we are on the wrong foundation. So I heard somebody doing a video and full of Eastern enlightenment, saying, sitting next to her dog, saying, I now know I am the dog. No, you are not. You are not the dog. The dog is not you. The dog is not a figment of your imagination. It's real. It exists. And it's not you. You are a human being, that is a dog. And here comes then, to my mind, the true understanding of the Creator. A field of energy, let's put it like that, out of that creates consciousness, that gives birth to consciousness, that gives birth to all manners of consciousness. In it there are all possibilities. It is the field of all possibilities, and it gives birth to all manners of consciousness. And then in this world, consciousness creates its own form. You did not create the dog created itself. It is the creator of itself. So are we. We are the creators of ourselves. Again, we are created by the word, or the words we hear, that we take into our structure and don't think about what they work or what they create through us. It's the wrong word. Now, in the end, you are the creator of the dog. There is a grain of truth in that. Everything has always contains a little bit of truth. Because in the end, what the dog is consciousness. Consciousness is energy. You are reading energy. You are interpreting energy. So what you see as the dog may be your interpretation of that energy. So in a way, yeah, you are creating the image according to your own knowing. You know? You may be creating the image, but you have not created the energy that creates the image. The energy that you are reading is the consciousness of the dog. And you have not created that. It came from the Creator, and it is its own thing. And so is anything that has life, that has form in this world, in the mineral, in the vegetative, in the animal, and in man. You are not the tree. The tree is not a figment of your imagination. The tree is consciousness. It is energy that you are reading. Again, you might give it a form, the form of a tree. But you did not create the energy that created the tree. It came from the Creator, and it is its own consciousness. So this whole ancient idea, that everything is created by our mind, that is a very, very old idea, long before the Gnostics. But that is actually the thought of Yaldabaoth. I am the creator of all. So the thought is a lot more ancient than the Gnostics. Here is where we need to create a shift in perception. And out of that will come a shift of consciousness. The perception has to shift first of what it is we think we are and what it is we think we are doing. The truth of the Creator, and not being the false creator God, saying, I am the one that creates all of this here. We're not. We are interacting with other consciousnesses in this world. Don't have to go out there looking for aliens. You're surrounded by aliens. Consciousness that is not like you. And then again, the idea of this world is that many shall come together and form a whole. That we should interact with each other in the correct way. And that first of all has to come out of the idea that you are interacting with something that is different from you. That is not you, was not created by you. It is its own thing. Saying it is of the Creator every bit as much as you came from the Creator. It has got as much right to be as you have a right to be. We are in this world and we have to somehow share the same space. And then let's do it in a way that all can thrive. But for that to happen, there needs to be, first of all, an expansion of your awareness. You need to be aware of something that is different from you, sitting next to you. That might be your dog or your cat or your pot plant. You must become aware there's consciousness there that is different from you. The expansion of your knowledge, because you only know according to yourself. The expansion of your knowledge would be if the dog gave its knowledge to you, how it sees the Creator. Because it, again, is a completely different perception. It sees it. It has knowledge of the Creator that is different from yours. So there, through the connection with each other, we could give knowledge to each other. And a greater knowledge of the Creator as a whole. I mean, okay, there might be others out there. Again, they are a different consciousness. They have a different perception of what they are and what they're in. They have a different knowledge of the Creator. Again, we can connect to one another. We can give of the knowledge to each other. They might have thought of something that we haven't thought of. But to go out there, when we to look for alien life, when we are actually surrounded by alien life, that we have to share a place with, should we start concentrating here to get this right before we go flying off looking somewhere else, and again flying out from the wrong perceptions of what we are. We are destructive here. We are going to be destructive anywhere because we're going from the wrong foundation, from the wrong knowledge, from ignorance of the Creator, the ignorance of the Creator. Being ignorant of the truth of the Creator, and that is Yaldabaoth. He's ignorance. He does not see the truth. He can only see himself. And he thinks that he is the creator of everything around him. And so it was much. The Gnostics saw that, and they called it a falsehood. They gave it the form of Yaldabaoth and the Archons, but that is a kind of consciousness. And that is not just one being out there in the astrozone. You do not go and fight Yaldabaoth out, try very hard to have an out-of-body experience and then fight Yaldabaoth in the astrozone. You have to fight him inside of yourself. That thought that creates, maybe within yourself, I am the creator of all. Everything is just out of my mind, grown out of my mind. It's just a figment of my imagination. Then you are Yaldabaoth. You think it is the figment of the imagination of some other great being, and then you serve that being, then you are an Archon. And neither is seeing the truth. If we go from a new foundation to create a new age, first of all, we must get out of this idea everything is mind, or figments of imaginations. It is energy, it is consciousness. Everything that you read as a form is its own consciousness. It's not created by you. It is creating its own form. Everything is of the Creator. Everything has a right to be. There's a new foundation, and you are not the creator of all. There's a new foundation where we see ourselves and what we are in differently. And what would that thought create? What kind of world could you create? What kind of an age could you create out of that thought that you are not the only thing here? That is the shift we need, a new foundation. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.